Uh-oh. Yeah. Hey, everyone. I feel like this is really short. I paid my bills. I need to get something to hold up my phone from now on. Hi, Christy. Christy, are you able to see me normal this way? And Erica? I need to find something to lift my phone up. You got any ideas? I don't think so. We need a new stand, guys. Investment for the Commins. We are going to get a Facebook Live. No.
Some of it going.
We're just going to go the other way. All right, everybody tell me if this works okay. Oh, I just did. Okay, well, it says I can't turn it while I'm recording, so. I tried. That might work. Oh, John did it.
Hubby for the win.
John won.
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
You want a chair?
So I'm here. We're going to talk about some gluten today. And some celiac disease. And some awesome stuff that I got recently. That creeps me out every time.
What?
That red shirt John is watching. Red shirt John, we don't like you. Hey James, thanks for tuning in tonight.
What's going on, everybody?
So I'm gonna call this, good deal. I'm gonna call this Transformation Tuesday, and I'm gonna share my story today because I don't think I shared enough for everybody, and I just really want everyone just to get an understanding of where I'm coming from when I say my life has been revamped and my body is thriving more than it ever has before. And I just don't think people understand when I say that. Hey Matt, what's up?
Hey, what's going
Maria.
on, Matt?
So John's also gonna give a little bit of his story. Well, not his story, but my story and his perspective.
How her story changed our relationship.
Okay,
because it definitely did.
I'm just gonna grab something real quick. Sorry. So, if any of you have not seen, a while back, I started writing a blog, and I had someone read it the other day, just so that they were like, so how did you find out you had celiac disease, yada yada. And I actually wrote a blog with my story and kind of just explaining everything. So I sent it to them and sent John's, because John wrote a blog on his perspective too. And so they were just like, you need to share this more. You need to really reach out to people and even just teach them, like what's going on in our bodies nowadays. And it's not the same as it used to be. And I see so many jokes and memes and things like that on how were your ancestors able to eat gluten and you can eat sugar and they didn't have any autoimmune diseases?
Well, here's my answer to that. How long did your ancestors live? 30, 40, 50? I mean, the average lifespan in the 1970s was like an adult male for like 50 years. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, so our food has also been a big issue with that nowadays. Like, farms and crops and everything like that, guys, our soil is completely depleted. So you can say you eat organic, you can say you eat raw, real, vegan, paleo. Guys, I tried everything. I'm telling you right now that my body was not absorbing what it needed to. My body was absorbing chemicals and pesticides and GMOs and everything that was not on labels. It was absorbing.
I can't eat carrots, apples, other fruits with skin on it that you normally eat because of the crap on it. it makes me swell up, makes my face get all red. It's not a joke. It's a real thing. It happens every day.
Hey, Debbie, yeah, pesticides were a huge thing. So for me, I had tried, we're going to go back a couple of years. This is about 2 years ago. And I was blowing up like a balloon. Okay, so I have a lot of gastrointestinal issues. John's going to laugh. You all may laugh, and that's completely okay. I would bloat. I looked like a 6-month pregnant. I don't even know because I don't know pregnancy statuses. So I looked pregnant. Okay, like somebody could walk up to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, you know, when are you due?" Like that kind of status pregnant. So big belly. I was getting migraines and headaches almost every single day. I was completely exhausted. I am 26 years old, so 24, and I'm taking naps every single day. Guys, that's not normal.
It wasn't just naps. Like, I would come home from work around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and that would be it. Like
I'm done. I'm done for the day.
Like, we couldn't do anything together. We couldn't go out together. It was miserable.
It's like, hey, you want to do something? I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, like that was it.
I had dark bags under my eyes constantly. I put that off saying I was Italian, and Italians have those dark bags under their eyes. I was constantly hungry. I could eat. I like food, but I was constantly hungry, and at the same time, I was absolutely miserable because my food would feel like it's sitting right here. And it wasn't digesting. And so my belly was just big. And I did not have the symptoms. It's depending on what I would eat or drink. My symptom was being constipated. And you all are going to go, wow, like I'll get that emoji. It would be longer than a week before I could go to the bathroom. I mean, I'm talking 6, 7, 8, 9 days before I could go to the bathroom. And that's not normal. That's crazy. Okay, so, and people are going to be like, oh, well, everybody has their own, how they go to the bathroom. Some are 3 to 4 days, some are 1 to 2. Some people go 2 times a day.
Just eat more
and if
fiber,
Shannon, if you're still on here, a number 4, I'm like praying to God I can give a number 4 poop, okay? I'm praying for that because that doesn't happen for me all the time. So that was basically a lot of my symptoms. We watched that entire thing. Yeah, Debbie, it's crazy. So we were struggling, okay? We were struggling as a couple because of my problems internally, guys, because it was showing externally.
And
go ahead.
It wasn't just her problems. I was so hard-headed because, I'm a Marine. I'm always, working out in great shape, all that stuff. And when Sam had approached me about, hey, this is something I want to try, this is what I want to do, it's worked for other people, I immediately didn't support her. I shut her down. I was like, this is stupid. Just eat healthy. Stop eating crap and you'll feel better. And
guys, I'm sorry, but that was my response too. Like originally to a lot of people, you need to eat better.
It was so stupid. It was my own uneducated opinion, just based off of BS I had been fed my whole life.
But unfortunately, that's not the case anymore. Dawn, I see you're on here. I'm just letting everyone know, like, you can eat healthy and still be malnourished. Guys, I was so malnourished. I had vitamin deficiencies. I still have vitamin deficiencies, and I have to take extra vitamin D. I have to make sure I'm taking my multivitamins every single day because if I don't, my body needs that stuff, and I need food that has it. So I had done my research, guys. I'm talking head to toe. I've done my research because originally when I was diagnosed, it's 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years ago.
2.5.
And, okay, 2.5. Yeah. And I had no clue what it was. I had no clue what celiac disease was. And guys, I was a rebel, okay? When it comes to,
oh my goodness,
you cannot tell me what I can and cannot eat. That was me, queen of it, okay? I was like, I never realized. I tried, stopping, and then I was like, oh, I'll just have
a little bit
I'll
of this.
just have a slice of pizza. I'll be okay. I'll take some papaya enzymes and I'll feel better.
And guess what? I enabled it because I wanted pizza.
Guys, we both did it to my body. I was literally I was killing my insides because I was trying to heal. I'm like, yeah, I'm healing. And then it's like, slice of pizza. Boom. Other symptoms I didn't even tell you about. I had mood swings out the yin yang.
Oh my God.
Excuse my language. Coach Bailey, I see you on here. I was a bitch, guys. And I can't even describe. John would be like, what is wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no clue. And you guys, I don't even think you understand how frustrating it is to have such another symptom, brain fog, to not be able to, I couldn't get words out sometimes. I was frustrated because I couldn't even think straight. Guys, what it was doing to our body was literally just...
It was destroying you from the inside out.
Literally destroying me from the inside out. There's no other way to explain it.
I can't describe how frustrating it is to come home after not seeing your wife for a few days and she's miserable.
It's just
cranky. And she doesn't just asleep on the couch. I'm like, hey, sweetie, leave me alone. I'm sleeping.
I wanted nothing.
Are you kidding me? We're young. And then it just...
Yeah. I'm now, 24, 25, 26 years old. That was our age range because I'm 26 now and he's 27. And guys, we should be thriving. We should be coming outside and hanging out. And Jeff and WBB talk about this all the time. But I want to play with my husband. I want to go out and play. I want to go and do things. And I was not able to do that, at all. And it wasn't the fact that I wasn't able, but I had no motivation, no drive. And I was even in a depressive state for a while because I could not figure out what was wrong. So Maria, I'm describing a lot of symptoms. I don't think people realize that, no, you may not have celiac disease, but I can almost guarantee you that you probably have a sensitivity or an intolerance to gluten. Guys, if you look up gluten and what it does, it is literally, it causes inflammation in the body. Here's another couple of symptoms and things that people like to talk about. They have joint pain. They're aching all over. Guess what? Sometimes they're diagnosed with other diseases like IBS, fibromyalgia, things like that. Anybody else hear about those types of things? Yeah, it's really ridiculous that we are pushing it off and not even testing for it. And I don't even understand why. So, got diagnosed, guys, went into my rebel phase, and when I went into my rebel phase, I wasn't eating gluten all the time. I was trying to be good, so I wasn't being a rebel on purpose. I was trying to be good, and I was like, I can't have that, thank you so much. I'm trying to learn how to tell people. Guys, I worked in an office where I was in Myrtle Beach at the time, and we were catered breakfast and lunch every single day from drug reps. Guys, that's a lot of freaking food from restaurants.
It's not exactly good food.
Ever, okay? Chick-fil-A, Olive Garden, Panera. I could list out thousands of restaurants every single day. It was awful. So, I'd bring my lunch and things like that, but I would pick and choose. I'd have some salad, I'd have some dressing, that goes on it, and the little things that I thought I could have, but yet there's still donuts sitting in there. Or they'd still bring, 50 some odd pizzas in there. And I'll be like, I'll have a slice, or I'll eat the toppings off of it, Little things like that. And I'd be like, I'll be okay. I'll just take some papaya enzymes and that'll help it digest instead. Because I thought that was the problem. I thought that my stomach just literally wasn't going to digest what I was eating, when I was wrong. My body, with celiac, literally attacks itself when I eat these types of foods, breads, pastas, anything that has wheat, rye, and barley in it. So guys, gluten is not something in your food. Gluten is the protein strand that is in wheat, rye, and barley. Beer, can't have it.
No.
Pizza, can't have it. Any normal pastas, cakes, muffins, cupcakes, cookies, all things that are processed, can't have it. Okay, it sounds very frustrating, but I'm so blessed to have gotten this disease. because, or have been diagnosed. Let's go there.
Diagnosed.
Let's go diagnosed.
Let's go with that.
Because if I continue doing what I was doing, there are so many repercussions of not healing yourself, not going on a gluten-free diet. Guys, there's no cure. There's no cure and there's no pills to help, magically help my body. There's nothing. There's only remedies to help my symptoms if it's not being, dealt with. So it's just very frustrating to explain to people what's going on. So reiterating my story, when I did my research, I started looking up some different things, and I still do to this day. And I don't even know how long ago it was, but I contacted, I don't know whether it was Facebook or LinkedIn, or even just, I researched so it pops up. Here's an ad for whatever. Columbia University in New York, the medical center, had some type of ad or some type of promotion or something that was showing, and they have an entire celiac disease center in New York at Columbia University, which is amazing. So I had filled out some information and I put in the thing, I put my name, my address and stuff, and I was diagnosed with celiac 2 years ago. Well, yesterday in the mail, I got this big package, and John checked it for anthrax and everything, guys, so don't worry. He goes, I had to check. Check.
It was open
guys,
when I got to the house.
This is serious.
Guys, right?
He really did check.
I did. It was opened already. I wanted to see
Was
if any
it?
was in there. Yeah, that's why I looked through it.
So in this package, I got this awesome booklet that's got all information on learning about what celiac disease is, getting diagnosed, symptoms, different forms. Guys, there's not just a specific form of the gastrointestinal issues. There's a skin form, which I am so fortunate that I don't get, because unfortunately my coworker has that issue with gluten. It came with this little absolutely adorable guide to living gluten-free, restaurants that you can go to, how to get started, a type of grocery list that's in here. Then I get invited to their gala. We'll see about that. They have a New York City marathon that's for celiac disease and awareness and research, which was freaking awesome because I didn't know about this. So I'm really excited. It's November, this says 2017, but they have one every year. So I want to definitely look into this. This is something that I would love to possibly give back to, because I can resonate towards it so much. And then the last thing they gave me was this awesome book, an entire book. I didn't pay for any of this, guys. So I was so freaking excited when I opened this. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So it's celiac disease, a hidden epidemic. Is gluten making you sick? And guys, I'm talking so much information that I was just mind blown, of biopsy pictures, symptoms that you could have, what it is, and it breaks it down. So I really suggest you, if you're having any types of symptoms like this, you could definitely reach out to me, and I'll gladly go over some stuff with you. And what worked for me may not work for you, but I'm letting you know that this is, guys, today's day and age, our foods are not what it needs to be. I'm not degrading anybody in what they eat, but you can eat as healthy as a freaking horse, but the food that you're eating does not have the vitamins, the minerals, and the nutrients that our bodies need and crave. And that's why we crave certain foods. If anybody understands, you crave cheese. Do you crave sugars? Do you crave chocolates? Do you crave salty chips and things like that? Those are, your body is telling you something. It's not just your brain saying, ooh, I want chips or I want sugar. Your body's telling you that you're in need of some type of vitamin, mineral, or nutrient. So I'm not even going to go into a tangent, because most of you should know the nutritional system that I'm on and how amazing it has been for my body. And going from I don't even know how much weight I actually lost because that wasn't my goal. My goal was to try and heal my body from the inside out. And again, being medically compliant, I cannot be healed or cured, but my quality of life has completely changed. Completely.
Not just yours, your grumpiness is gone.
My grumpiness is
I have my wife
gone.
back.
Yeah.
You know how awesome that is?
So, yeah, Maria, absolutely. We live in a toxic world. And our food is nutrient deficient. Absolutely. So again, there's so many people who have thyroid issues, who have diabetes. Guys, are any of these, is anybody recognizing these? Okay. If I was to not treat my celiac disease, I could get thyroid issues. They coincide with one another, thyroid and celiac. Guys, if you have a thyroid issue, I'm telling you right now, stop eating gluten. You need to go on a gluten-free diet. I don't have a thyroid issue, but I see Mandy just jumped on, and Mandy could tell you all about her thyroid and her journey through going gluten-free because I'm her coworker, and I said, hey, why don't you try this with me? And her symptoms completely changed. So I'm telling you, diabetes. I could have developed diabetes. I could be infertile, and that was a huge thing for me when I found out. The fact if I did not treat my body properly, I could not have kids. And then I thought to myself, well, why don't I give this nutritional system a shot? Because if I can't take care of myself, if I'm having to take naps every single day, and I'm having to argue with my husband because I don't feel like getting up and cooking dinner, or I don't want to do anything on the weekends, I'd rather stay in and sleep after I've already slept for 10 hours in bed. How can I take care of myself? I can't. So how can I take care of kids if I can't take care of myself? And that was my biggest issue. And I needed to fix myself very quickly. Once that reality check kicked in, that was a big issue for me. Chelsea, I know we've been talking a lot with your kidneys and your Crohn's disease, and I praise you for going gluten-free and plant-based, and it's not easy. I can tell you it's not easy, but if you are strong, which I know you are because of what you're already going through, you can do it. So, my journey has been absolutely insane. And do you have any more to add to it from your perspective?
Yeah, so from my perspective and how the past few years played out between both of us, when this originally happened, well, the eating and not feeling well and the grumpiness, the arguing, the fighting, everything, guys, it was miserable. Like, we were at each other's throats. I hated, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I hated coming home because I knew you would be sleeping and grumpy. And it was sad. It sucked. But
yeah, people say deployments are hard. Celiac disease is hard.
Deployment was easy because
we weren't together. Like, he was gone and I was dealing with it.
But what I want to say is life happens. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Life happens very, very fast. And what we didn't realize was we were eating junk, drinking junk, having a good time, doing what we wanted to do for the most part, except for the sleeping and fighting. And what had happened was I got a little chunky. Yeah, I was still strong and in shape, but not where I should have been personally. And Sam got a little chunky. Like, we didn't even realize it. And we're not
afraid to say that. Like, we're not big people, but I mean, to have some fluff on us,
we got happy.
We were happy fat.
You could say happy fat, but I was miserable, and so was she. And what had happened was Sam started this nutrition, and I was like, wow. All right, a couple days, Sam's happy. She's got some energy.
Yeah, I had energy. Cool. I was like, clean the house. I was like, man, this is great.
Come home. She's like, hey, you want to go do something? I'm like, what the hell is this? This is awesome.
It's like, what? Yeah, because then there were a couple of days where he was just like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
You doing drugs, babe? Like, what's going on? So we started doing stuff together. We're having more fun. We're doing all this. And, I started drinking the shakes. I was like, wow, all right, this tastes pretty good. I can do this.
Let's pause. I said, because I was like, John, I don't feel like cooking dinner. You want a shake? And he was like, yeah, I guess.
Because I was still at the point where I was like, no, I'll just keep eating healthy. Then I have a shake. I was like, all right, that's pretty good. Strawberry shake for dinner, I can do that. I started losing some weight. Still.
And again, not meaning to. This was like a side effect.
It's not even a side. It's just a product of the product. But I didn't change how I was working out. I didn't. I stayed in the gym. I kept running, doing my thing, and time passes, and March we start, April, May, June. It's like the middle of the summer. I'm like, damn, we're looking pretty good. Like, this is awesome. We keep going with it. Now we're happy. We're spending time together. We're going to the gym together. Guys, 2 years ago, I'd be like, hey, Sam, let's go work out together. It'd be a lot of fun. I don't want to. Why would you do that? I was like, all right, let's go do something else. No, I don't want to. I was like, let's get out and go do something. We're in Myrtle Beach. Like, let's go have some fun. I don't want to.
I felt like I had been run over by a truck, guys. Like,
do you know how cool it is on a Saturday morning to be like, hey, babe, go get your shit on. We're going to the gym. Let's go have some fun together. And then we go and we do it. We have a blast. And we blast some music in the car on the way there. And
some twerk radio.
It's great. And what this has done for my wife and I, what it's done for our life, for our relationship, guys, we've become so much closer just sharing the same nutrition together. Having the common goal of being healthy together is incredible. Like, there's nothing...
I wouldn't change a thing. I would never look back, and there's no way that I won't ever...
I will never go a day without this unless I absolutely have to. But
it's just... I wanted to jump on here, and not even just for talking about the products, because I'm pretty sure you all know what we use and what we do.
It's
but
changed
more or less,
our life for the better. Like,
our quality of life has completely changed.
I can't tell you how much closer and happier we are because of this. And that's, if I could give that to even just one person, it's worth it. It really is.
And I know there's people on here watching, and I would love some likes and loves if your life has changed from using this nutritional system, and not just for health reasons, but for relationship reasons and your family reasons. And I have so much to look forward to when we decide that we want to have kids. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to pop out that baby, and when that baby can have a sippy cup, they're going to be getting a shake.
It's
like,
amazing.
So excited.
When we started doing all this, our family, didn't know anything about it. They weren't into it. And then my parents did it. They lost a combined, 80-something pounds already. It's ridiculous. Like,
his dad's a different person, guys.
My dad's walking the golf course now for the first time instead of driving around in a cart. It's amazing. Like, they're going to be there for our grandkids now. And
they can get on the ground and play with our nephew who's a year old.
And he's already drinking the shakes. Like, it's awesome. He loves it. Like, my brother loves it. It's amazing. It's, I don't know. It's life-changing.
It's life-changing. It's life-saving, because I can't even say it's life-changing, yes. But if I was to have not been poked and prodded by my friend who I absolutely adore for always reaching out to me and checking on me to see how I was doing, I don't know I honestly don't know where we would be right now. I'd still be a yo-yo dieter trying to find something that works for me.
Still miserable together. I know that's where we'd be.
I don't think we'd be there. I just think that we'd be very unhappy. I know we would be unhappy. I would still be cranky as hell because nothing would work. And this, for me to be able to find something that works for me and has worked for so many others. Guys, I've never even met so many people, and this is not on these celiac support pages, but within my community and my culture of people who are like, I have a gluten intolerance, or I have a dairy intolerance, or I have celiac disease. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many people who are like me. And then I think, oh my God, there's so many people who are like me who feel like I do now. They get it. And their bodies are so nourished from this nutrition. And that's the biggest thing is even, we have friends right now who are pregnant. And I have some pregnant mamas on here. Susan, I know you're here. And they're telling me, you're eating 3 meals and 2 snacks a day. Guys, that's fantastic, right? That's fantastic. That's what we should be doing. As a female, let's say that doesn't work out all the time. That's normal. But if you're growing a human being inside of you and you don't have the proper vitamins, minerals, and nutrients coming from our food because our soil and plants and everything we grow is so depleted, it's like you're not even eating. That's the biggest thing is, guys, you're growing two, you and a baby, and you're eating for one, but yet you're really hardly eating at all. Because that baby's going to suck all of the freaking nutrition out of the food that you're trying to eat. So it's crazy what it does for our bodies. And again, flip it over to men. You can eat 7-8 meals a day and work your ass off. Right?
It just, what it comes down to, the simplest way I can explain it is you can eat this much food and get this much nutrition. Or you can eat this much food and get that much nutrition. It's all about how dense it is. It's not quantity, but quality. And I can't explain that any better than that.
I mean, for us to have the proper amount of macro and micronutrients, the proper minerals, the proper vitamins, I can't even explain to you that what we're putting in our bodies is amazing.
And
the no compromise ordeal.
The quality assurance in it. Like, I can go grab what I'm going to eat, and I know that it's going to be the same as every other bar in that box. There's no stress.
I mean, even think about it. In our products, Amelia, I'll reach out about the corn in just a minute, but our products are we get our dairy stuff from New Zealand because those are the happy cows over there. No antibiotics, no hormones, they don't put pesticides and crap on their grass. Guys, even think about that. Our grass and everything here are sprayed so we don't have bugs and all that, and our cows eat the grass. We eat the cows, which have the pesticides and crap in it, and the milk. Why do you think so many people have dairy intolerances? Our bodies don't break that down, guys. Seriously, all we're doing is eating chemicals and toxins. And that's why this supported intermittent fasting, I literally rid my body of toxins once a week, and I flood it with nutrients the rest of the week. And guess what? I still get to eat foods that I enjoy. Maybe not gluten foods, but foods that I enjoy. Gluten-free cupcakes every once in a while, or a gluten-free pizza if I decide that's what I want.
You had to give up the cupcakes.
Every once in a while. We really don't eat that bad. Like, in this household, like, our go-to is, like, guacamole and some brown rice tortilla chips. Well, he eats the regular chips, But yeah, so one of my friends reached out and just said a corn allergy. Guys, on top of my gluten, if you didn't know, because that's what this was about, was celiac disease, gluten, and the symptoms and things like that. And I'm kind of just sharing my story. But corn, remember how I was talking about how gluten is a protein strand. It is not a thing. It's not wheat. Gluten is a protein strand that is in wheat, rye, and barley. So that protein strand is like a DNA. Corn also has a protein strand. Guys, it is nearly identical to gluten. So guess what else my body reacts to? Corn. Guess what processed stuff, like all gluten-free, labeled gluten-free stuff? Corn. So I was eating processed things. I'm like, oh yeah, I can have this cereal. I can have this. It's certified gluten-free. Guess what? It's freaking corn. And I was still blowing up like a balloon. I still couldn't go to the bathroom. I was still having mood swings.
We would go to the supermarket, Whole Foods or Walmart, if you want to even call that a supermarket, and we would pull items off of the shelf.
I'm doing this.
No kidding, I swear. I wish I took a picture of it because it drove me nuts. It had the little GF, gluten-free, stamped all over it. Let me flip it over to the back. Read the ingredients.
Contains wheat.
First words, wheat.
Oh my God.
What does the front say? Gluten-free. Are you kidding me? So guys, here's the thing. You can say when people are like, oh, is it, checked by the FDA, blah, blah, blah. Do they really check anything that goes out there? In all honesty, what are they doing?
That's why I absolutely love this nutritional system, because we check for everything. This company checks to make sure that there's no GMOs. The company checks to make sure that there's no chemicals and pesticides and things like that. That's our quality assurance. That's our no compromise. We are amazing when it comes to that. And that's why I know that I'm able to put this in my body and I'm like, I can feel good today because I had my shake.
It's the same every time. Like, I don't understand it. Nutrition isn't this crazy science. Look, guys, I'm going to compare this to, like, we've gone to the moon. We've gone to some of the deepest parts of the ocean. We're working on going to Mars, right? It's 2018. I can hold a computer in my freaking hand and voice call my wife when she's at work. But why is nutrition such a mystery? Why is it that you go to GNC and you see 100,000 different protein containers and they all claim to do the same thing, but they're all filled with fillers and BS? Guys, it's simple. It's simple, basic nutrition. It's not this crazy science. Your body functions, the better you put it, the more...
We don't even have to explain it, guys. You don't think twice when you go to a fast food restaurant because guess what? You can probably eat it, right? I have to think before I can go into a fast food restaurant, or we have to think before we go anywhere, because I have to be like, I wonder if I'm able to eat anything on that menu. I wonder if they fry their stuff in the same fryer. I wonder...
Oh my goodness, this is another thing. We go to a restaurant, they go, hey, we have gluten-free sandwiches, blah, blah, blah. Sandwich comes out, and, you know, Sam being extra cautious.
I always do this.
Thank God she is, because it makes my life a lot easier, too, when she's not grumpy and not feeling good. And she goes to the waiter or waitress, I forget who it was. Hey, is this bread gluten-free also?
I said I just want to check. I ordered the gluten-free sandwich. I just want to make sure this is gluten-free bread just before I eat it, just in case.
Do you know what the answer was?
They went back.
No, that's regular bread.
No, that's normal bread.
That's normal bread. How is this a gluten-free meal with normal bread?
Guys, so if I would have ate that would have reversed everything that I would have done. And yes, that happens, and that's okay, but it takes months.
That's like someone going to a bar, ordering a Coke. They pour a shot in it. The guy's a recovering alcoholic. He drinks it and gets sick.
That's a great
That's literally what they did, and it aggravates me.
It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
So, Amelia, I completely understand where you're coming from, where it's frustrating with your corn allergy. And I'm telling you, gluten and corn go hand in hand. Again, if you have a thyroid issue, you should be going gluten-free, because that is seriously one of the number one things that you should be doing. Because gluten is inflammation in your body. Gluten is gonna cause your thyroid to act out.
I mean, to break it down, if you eat crap, you feel like crap. If you eat donuts, you're gonna look like a donut. Like, I hate to tell you, it's not me being rude. Like, just if you eat a donut, you're gonna look like a donut.
Yeah, Amelia, no fast foods are safe, and I honestly don't even think that these fast foods are safe for anybody nowadays. And it's sad because, like, we'll go and we'll grab like some wings or something from somewhere, and we love our wings. That's what we do. That's our go-to meal.
That's our moment of indulging, like, moderately, right?
Everybody has it, and that's okay. Wings. Like, I'm not afraid to say that, but we feel awful when we're done. Why did we eat this?
And it's not even like we ate a lot of them. We'd have like 5 to 10 wings, and we're just like, ugh, that was gross.
So, Amelia, I know you had just jumped on. I'm just going to share this again. I had gone to a website, Columbia University Medical Center. They have an entire celiac disease center, and they sent me this book. And it is unreal the amount of information that's in this, talking about symptoms and other skin disease, the skin problems that people have, other diagnoses that people have because of it, including Crohn's, IBS, and fibromyalgia, diabetes, thyroid. Like, everything's in here, guys. Like, I was mind blown because I only think, the small bits of it. This is huge. And let me just read this for you. First, hey Chevy, I don't know what time it is. I think you're Australia. I'm gonna read this real quick. An estimated 3 million North Americans are afflicted with celiac disease. Today, fully 80% of this population remains undiagnosed.
80% of 3 million people don't know.
It's right here. Like, I'm reading it out of this book.
From Columbia University. We're not making this up.
Celiac Disease Center. This isn't some bullshit article that I'm reading. I'm letting you know. 80% of this population remains undiagnosed. And then it goes on to the next. It takes an average of 11 years for patients to be properly diagnosed with celiac disease, even though screening tests are widely available. Oh my God. 11 years. I mean, I think about it. It's genetic. I had it as, a little baby, didn't think anything of it, and it hinders, and then all of a sudden you get really sick, and that's what happened to me.
And something else with this, when you're going to your doctor, I love doctors, but here's the thing. They spend very, very little time understanding what nutrients do inside the body.
They don't go to nutrition class.
It's not their fault. They don't do nutrition classes. They do very little work with the stomach and how the body processes food and what you put into it. What they do know is how to give you medicine to make you feel better from the food that you're putting into your body.
Or diagnose you with something that, with chronic fatigue, with migraines. Guys, those are symptoms. Those are not diagnoses. I work in the medical field, guys. Chronic fatigue is not a diagnosis. I mean, yeah, I could put that on my medical chart, but so can anybody else. Guys, that's a symptom. What is causing your chronic fatigue? What is causing your migraines or your rashes or the bags under your eyes, or you can't sleep at night, your constipation, your diarrhea?
You could get 10 different medicines, or you could just eat better.
It blows my mind. Yes, Amelia, I will say, I do not knock any doctors that are out there, but I have had a few who have also said, they're like, celiac disease, it's not a big deal, you'll be fine. Or you have a food allergy, just don't eat it. This
was a close family doctor. This is someone that we knew personally, and they thought it was bullshit.
It's sad.
It was terrible.
And when you start to do the research and you actually find these places that are willing to send you an entire package from New York, priority mail, for free, to send you the information, guys, I'm so excited to be able to go to a family member who doesn't believe me and just be, because I reach out to them and I'm like, guys, you don't feel good? You're still bloated? You can't lose weight? Oh, darn, I wonder what's wrong. You're still eating pasta every single day? How about you read this? And I'm just going to hand it to him.
Don't worry, we'll bring it home.
The amount of things, guys, the amount of things that it can cause. Yeah, Amelia, people say get over it. People say you can have a bite, you'll be fine. No, I went through that phase.
And guys,
vicious
it's not
freaking cycle.
To start a whole conspiracy tangent, but
no.
Seriously, between insurance companies, doctors, big farm, all the guys making the medicine, what would they rather have? A society full of healthy people who are eating correctly, who don't have that many issues because they're getting the right nutrients in their body? Or people who are constantly sick, who constantly need to spend money on medicine, constantly need to get treatments for stuff? Do you know
how many constipation medications I went through and none of them worked? And I wonder why none of them worked?
They don't want you to get better.
It didn't work because it wasn't the problem.
They want to get you on a cycle of dumping all of your money into that. It goes back to the same thing, and I talk about it all the time. It's the fishbowl thing that I don't know who deserves the credit for coming up with this, but I love it. And I go to it every time. If you have a fish and he's in a bowl of dirty water and feeling sick, are you going to dump medicine into his body? Or are you going to take him out of the dirty fishbowl and put him in a clean one and then watch him start to recover?
You're
whoa, wow, I can breathe again because I'm not ingesting garbage.
So in that case, what we're saying is we're living in a toxic world, guys. We are in the fishbowl. We are in with our air is toxic. Our food is toxic. The fire, is it retardant? Mm-hmm. Fire retardant pillows we sleep on. Guys, it's almost all pillowcases. Those are toxic. Makeup we put on our faces, things like that.
And here's the thing, people look at us like, oh, you're crazy. But honestly, this is the standard that society has gotten used to living in. The point where you drink a sugar-free Red Bull and it takes a gallon of water to get all that crap out of your kidneys. Are you kidding me? And people don't drink a gallon of water a day. I found out today it takes the average person like 13 days to drink an entire gallon of water. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Like, I don't know how true it is, because not everything on the internet you see is true, but
Right.
I mean, come on. Like, just make smart decisions.
Yeah, so we'll wrap it up, but does anybody have any questions, Amelia? I know you were talking about the corn.
And yeah,
that
guys,
corn is a filler in everything. Like, if you have an issue with gluten, come out and ask me. I have no problem with that whatsoever. We don't even have to talk about my nutritional system. I don't mind giving help in any way that I can. But my number one thing would be for anybody with thyroid issues, for anybody that's having gastrointestinal issues, things that I was listing earlier. Try a gluten-free diet. I'm not, pause right here, I am not saying go out and buy the processed gluten-free items,
no,
guys.
because that is not any better.
Any better.
It is not any better.
And it's
at
not
all.
healthier for you. It's more or less filled with more calories and fillers, so it's not more healthier. It's just gluten-free, which is filled with fillers, aka corn, which is the same freaking protein strand. You're still not going to feel good. People wonder why. Seriously, guys, I'm in like so many different celiac groups, and I just want them to come with me. I'm just like, come on, please just follow what I'm doing. You don't even have to, I don't like anything. Just listen to what I have to say. You are hurting your bodies by putting what we put in it. And I just want everyone to understand what we have is proper nutrition.
It works, guys. I can't tell you how it's amazing.
Even if we had to, like, if I needed to start you on, something where you need, Amelia, if you ever need to come over and like really just explain, and we can sit down and just, I will show you what's on my freaking counter. Like, that's our grocery store. I don't think people get that. This is our health food
It's not just
grocery
shakes,
store.
guys. It's not shakes. It's our grocery store. Like,
People have Whole Foods. There's a place on the West Coast that's like Spurs. Trader Joe's. I don't have that around here. I have Walmart,
And
Lidl, Harris Teeter.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
And here's the thing, guys. Harris Teeter's expensive.
Very.
Very expensive.
Very much
so.
so.
To get healthy food at, no way. So
for me to have an entire, full, dense, macro and micro, meaning vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, meal for $2.85.
I cannot
tell me where I can find that. Anybody got any other ideas?
I can't tell you how amazing it is to know that the protein I take after my workout is going to work. Because I used to go to GNC, used to check out bodybuilding.com, and then you'd walk in there, and nothing against GNC, but you'd have this gentleman or lady walk up to you who either are, or most of the time, definitely not in shape, and come up to you and be like, hey, let me help you with this, blah, blah, blah. We have this protein on sale, and this can do this for you, and I feel great when I go to the gym doing this. And it's like, honestly, man, I don't even think you're living life. Like, you're not in shape. None of this stuff works. I would have to try, I've tried pre-workouts, guys. Some of those are dangerous.
Like
I tried
legitimately dangerous.
a pre-workout on my deployment that I have no idea how the FDA allowed it to go. Hang on a second. It kept me up for 36 straight hours. I woke up at 8 a.m., went to the gym. I was up the entire 24 hours, and I could not fall asleep until 8 p.m. the next night because of it. Guys, it was insane. My heart was like fluttering and palpitating. I had cold sweats, and that was from one serving, guys. And that was supposed to make me this jacked superhero that could just bench press 500 pounds. I was sick from taking it.
And sometimes, don't you think, like, we're going off on our performance line, but do you think that's meant to, you're just, let's get hyped up and go to the gym? Like, is that what pre-workout's supposed to be? Or would you prefer to use a pre-workout that's going to really give you a beneficial pump in the gym?
Yeah.
Like, why?
I go to the gym now. I'm in the zone. I'm doing my thing. People are starting to ask, dude, what are you taking? Like, I have this magical secret of what I'm putting into my body. And then I explain to them, no, this is it, guys. It's super simple. Like, I know what's in it. They do all this testing, third-party testing, quality control. It's Informed Sports Certified. Guys, I say Informed Sports Certified. People have no idea what that is.
Go look it up. It makes sure that we don't have anything that's banned in our products, our entire performance line. And people are like, oh no.
Guys,
What?
it goes.
I'm putting the best products in my body. The best. And it's just, it's crazy.
It's funny because.
Hey, Courtney.
Yeah,
There was one thing that I shared with my coworker that I really want to share with everybody real quick. We were talking about different symptoms and things like that with gluten, celiac in general. This is what we're talking about. So most everybody possibly may or may not know, the GI symptoms. And then I was talking about the skin issue symptoms. And Amelia, I know you have skin issues based on your corn, and I don't doubt gluten also causes issues for you. But listen to this real quick. Neurological manifestations. Guys, you know what migraines are? It's neurological. Therefore, when you also have, there's a small story right here. This is chapter 7 in this awesome book they sent me. They were talking about a lady who was laying in bed at night and her leg, her left leg was just numb and tingling and all that kind of jazz. She stretched and she had done physical therapy. She had gotten injections, nothing was helping. Went to her doctor, he doesn't see anything wrong. And so she then ended up going to her primary care, mentioning some other symptoms, and her doctor was like, let's go on a gluten-free diet. They tested her for celiac, came back positive, went on a gluten-free diet. 2 weeks later, all the numbness and tingling in her leg completely gone. Neurological symptoms, let me read these to you. Peripheral neuropathies, meaning the numbness and tingling in the hands, feet, and legs. Ataxia, which is a balance disturbance. Epileptic seizures. Guys, you're telling me gluten can cause epileptic seizures, migraines, and dementia. Guys, this could have happened if I did not get diagnosed. If I did not find out that I had celiac disease. Yeah, Nino, this stuff is insane. Like, I'm talking if you have, I'm not saying that you have celiac disease. I'm not saying that anybody has a gluten intolerance, but this is definitely damaging people's bodies.
It's just proof what you put into your body, guys. It doesn't have to be celiac disease, but if you're eating crap, you're going to feel like it. And it's that easy.
Her aunt had brain lesions and brain bleeding, diagnosed at 45.
Jesus. So that's 45 years.
45 years.
Of putting stuff into your body, doing harm to it.
But not knowing,
Yeah,
because it was,
it's not
I can
your
almost
fault.
guarantee that it was put off on so many different other things. And then out of the blue, just, oh my God, her freaking brain is bleeding. Why? Oh, I don't really know. Like, it blows my mind. So, Amelia, I definitely think this book would be amazing for you, whether you have celiac disease or not. Anybody with thyroid issues, I really think you need to go on a gluten-free diet. I am not a doctor. I don't have any medical claims or anything. Just please listen when I talk about it. Don't think I'm crazy. When you have somebody that mentions that they're on a gluten-free diet, don't knock them for that. Be like, hey, is there anything that could be good at a different restaurant? Or, you don't have to make them feel uncomfortable. Normally, they're fine. And they've learned. I have learned. I can find something on the menu. I can have a salad. I have learned I can bring my own bars and shakes with me, and I don't feel like I'm deprived of anything. Will I have, a little bit of icing off cupcake? Probably, but it's just, Dawn, I'm really glad you hopped on. Dawn is a new friend that I've made through one of the celiac pages, and I just wanted her to start following along because, again, I'm not pushing for somebody to do anything, but if they can hear me out and hear what I have to say and my journey and what I had gone through, maybe they can connect me with somebody who also needs my help. And that's my biggest passion, is I want to help people. And in the medical field, I can't do that nowadays. I can't. Insurance dictates everything. And what I do, it's not like I can be like, oh, I helped somebody feel better today. I'm not. So for me to be able to do this, I just want to help someone. Nino, so for a person who loves burgers and stuff, how do you learn to stop eating? Nino, I don't stop eating. I have my burgers. I freaking love burgers. My favorite place that's gluten-free friendly is Five Guys. And we cook burgers at home and things like that. And I don't go to fast food. Like I don't go to McDonald's or Burger King like that. If I want a burger, I go to Five Guys, and they make me a lettuce wrap bun. So they'll take lettuce and my burger, and I'm talking all my toppings, my bacon, cheese, onions. Like when I want a burger, I get a burger. And then they wrap it up in some more lettuce. And I love it because one, I'm not full from all the bread. And two, it's like crunchy and it holds everything together. So instead of like fork and knife eating a burger, I've got my entire burger with the lettuce wrapped. I do that a lot with like tacos. I make like taco bowls with lettuce. It's all about finding what works for you. So, seeing that on the menu, yeah, definitely. So if you guys have any questions, reach out. Thank you all for joining in with us. And so that was my Transformation Tuesday. What I'll do, I posted my picture. Guys, that's the difference of eating things that are processed with gluten and not being healed, and then eating things that I know are pure nutrition and my body craves it every single day now. That's insane. So let us know if you need anything, and you guys have an awesome Tuesday night, and we'll talk to you soon.
And guys, we're always here for questions. You don't have to just comment on the live and hope we get to it. If we miss the question or anything, DM us right after. We're more than welcome to help. I don't care if it's late. That's why we're here. We're here to help people. That's our purpose.
And even if it's not about you, like if you're like, hey, my dad has this and I need help talking to him about it, like, let me know.
We've been through
it all.
We've been through about every situation you can have. As family members, friends, people think we're crazy. Just DM us if you need any help, support, just anything at all, guys, because we'll totally answer you as soon as we can. We're here to help.
You are not alone.
No.
So we'll talk soon. James, thanks for chiming in this whole time. Really appreciate it. Debbie, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it.
Awesome.
And Amelia, we will talk in just a little bit. Nino, can't wait to listen to the song. I love listening to your stuff. Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Take care, guys.